FBI 1947 Declassified Report. Giant aliens visit Earth from another dimension. The FBI vault contains thousands of declassified files about various mysteries of the past. The topic related to UFOs and aliens always remains the most discussed one, and the FBI has a lot of documents stored in its vault, speaking of this strange phenomenon. Memorandum 6751 is most important to the ufology, according to former FBI Special Agent John D'Souza. The FBI has always paid great attention to the UFO phenomenon. By the way, this confirms the old suspicions. Many science fiction films are actually based on real events, whether it is leaked that the FBI purposely made to raise public awareness, or to recognize agents, existing or former, who consider it unfair to deprive the public knowledge opinion about these secrets. Of course, one cannot believe that Edgar Hoover, a director of the FBI, during those events that we are talking about, was very worried about justice or respect for the right of society to know the facts. He was the ultra-conservative and reactionary who thought differently. But the fact is that in 2010, it became known from the FBI's The Vault page that the agency included in the category of declassified a report prepared, specific Lally Memo 6751, in July 1947 by a special agent of the FBI. He was a lieutenant colonel, whose identity was in the interests of national security, and, at the direction of the almighty Hoover, erased a report based on an interview with a witness of the appearance of a UFO. The witness shared his own experience of contact with a non-human mind and could tell quite a lot. To dominate space. Memo 6751 acknowledges the existence of an alien presence. Former FBI officer John D'Souza, the author of The Extra-Dimensionals, True Tales and Concepts of Alien Visitors, points to the memorandum as a significant document in ufology. Memo 6751 Breakdown. Line 2. Their mission is peaceful, and their agenda is to settle on Earth. Line 3. The beings are human-like but much larger in size. Lines 4 to 6. Describes multidimensional beings from an etheric planet which interpenetrates with our own. Line 7. Weaponized with radiant energy, they enter the etheric, or cross dimensions, at will. Line 8 likens their world to Loka's _ Talos. Conclusion. Let the newcomers be treated with kindness. Addendum. The front contains the controls. The middle portion is a laboratory. The rear contains armament, which consists essentially of a powerful energy apparatus, perhaps a ray. According to the report, among other species, we are visited by creatures not only from other planets but from other dimensions as well. In particular, they are from the etheric plane coexisting with our physical universe. Materialized entities appeared as translucent giants. The first thing that comes to mind when reading the document is that we are dealing with a story of a dreamer, but it should be noted that this fact must have enough consecutive moments to initiate an investigation of the FBI. And this must be recognized when it comes to justifying financial injections and expenses of his resources. The narrator further goes on to explain that these creatures use energy vectors to translate, which are interpreted as flying saucers. Their goal is peaceful, if one can consider peaceful the task that they transmitted, probably telepathically, to the witness. To stay living on this planet without disturbing us. John D'Souza noted in his book that understanding extra-dimensionality is the way to unfold the truth of the paranormal, the spiritual and even the physical world. These visitors have been with us since time immemorial and their messages to us are everywhere around us. The truth will eventually explode into our field of vision. If we refuse to listen, then we are only delaying the inevitable to a time when an alarm will be sounded that is so loud that it will consume everything upon the earth. Once the black swans arrive, once we awaken to numerous mile-long shadows cast by these ancient ships, hanging over our major cities, soundless, motionless, maddening, it will be too late. Memo 6751 remained classified for 63 years until Executive Order 13526, which allowed for its declassification and release. The memo may not be a smoking gun, but it is significant in that it remained untouched from the disinformation campaigns of Project Grudge, Blue Book, Although much of the information contained in the memo is extremely detailed, there are some inconsistencies. Firstly, the absence of the name of its author, although he claims to have several diplomas and that he was the head of a university department. Another fact is that the FBI prepared the document and it is not the original that is being investigated. Unlike early Roswell stories, this file refers to living beings much larger than humans. In addition, they supposedly can live in another dimension, in another world. However, the author of the article never mentioned how he collected all the information. From this point on, every detail in Memorandum 6751 is confusing.